So I appreciate that you are saying the government doesn't like to dig its heels in and you're willing to change course, but
Sure.
Hazel McCallion was always saying that you need to do your homework, and it really does seem from the outside at least that this government continues not to do its homework. You keep making these policy decisions that you seem to personally champion, and then you end up having to reverse them. Like we have the green belt, we have using the notwithstanding clause. We have all these things, and now you are going back on the Peel region thing. So when can we expect this government to start thinking more about how these policies are going to play out before passing them?
Yeah, well, first of all, I appreciate the question. And isn't that a good thing that we're open-minded? We listen to people. You name 3 things. I can sit here and name 500 things that we move forward to make it a lot more competitive in the marketplace for businesses to come here. We're fixing the healthcare system. We've seen 25,000 people come off the backlog surgery list. We're building $50 billion worth of hospitals in 50 areas of this province. We've made, opening a business here in Ontario a good thing. I talked to a lot of our counterparts in the U.S. and their comments are, wow, what are you guys doing up there? It's incredible. We're eating their lunch, to be very frank, right now in all sectors. And so we're doing an incredible job for the people of Ontario, reducing taxes on the backs of, taking the taxes off the backs of the people. No matter if you ever drive down the street, just down at Pioneer gas station there. Last night I drove by, it was $1.30, 0.4. Just imagine if we didn't take the 10.7 cents off. That's saving millions and tens of millions of dollars going back into people's pockets. The little license sticker tax, we reduced that. We're giving a tax break to the lowest 1.1 million people with the LIFT program. And I could go on and on and on. So it's a good thing. And talking about my good friend, Hazel. You know, we had a discussion many times about this, but I'll tell you something about Hazel, and you can ask, be it her son or family or good friends. If we sat down and I said, Hazel, taxes are going to be in double digits. It's going to hurt the people of Mississauga. It's going to hurt the people. And by the way, she was just as popular in Mississauga as she was in Brampton and Caledon. She'd say no. But what she would be in favor of, making sure that the lower tier governments, be it Mississauga, Brampton, or Caledon, have the ability and the authority to get shovels in the ground and start building and building homes. You know, you look at Hazel, she built Mississauga. And the last thing Hazel McCallion would ever want is to increase taxes. That's the last thing. And that's what we're doing. We're listening to the team, the folks that we put in there to review everything. And they've come back and given their suggestions. Wouldn't it be terrible if I ignored that, dug my heels in? That'd be the worst thing to do.
Okay, but it seems like you keep putting out these policy ideas that people point out to you beforehand are going to have problems, and then you recognize it afterwards. It's like so you're talking about that you're bringing in legislation next session about to help landlords get rid of professional scammer tenants. Now, can we be confident that this legislation will be completely thought through and not something that needs to be reversed after landlords use whatever you're going to propose to cause mass evictions?
Absolutely. And do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask my team to send over the binder that thick of all of our accomplishments to make Ontario greater and better. And we'll run through it because there's literally hundreds and hundreds of items that we've made Ontario better. It's as simple as that. And we're going to continue making sure that we have gains moving forward. And you look at, and these are pretty good numbers here. We have created more jobs in Ontario, double the amount than all 50 states combined. I'm going to repeat that. We've created more jobs in Ontario than all 50 states combined. We are an economic powerhouse, not only in North America, but around the world. We're going to continue being the leader.
Hi, Premier. Mike Crawley from CBC.
Hi, Mike.
I've heard it reported that you don't actually drink alcohol yourself. Could you?
No.
So some people wonder, like, why is it that you make this a priority for your government?
Well, you know something, when we make a promise, we like keeping the promise, and we want to make sure that we're in line with everyone else in the world and across Canada. Being able to go into a store, you're buying a steak, grab a bottle of wine, and go home. That's a good thing. And we know it's a good thing. We've talked to a lot of people, a lot of stakeholders. This is a real positive announcement that we're finally, getting in line in this time and age that people can actually be responsible and buy a bottle of wine. Do you remember the days? Now I'm aging myself. Younger folks won't remember this, but Mike, you're up there with me. Do you remember the time you'd go in with your parents and you'd sign a little slip and you'd slide it through to the person at the LCBO? All the booze was hidden. It's unheard of. Remember the days, folks, that we could not shop on a Sunday? You know, these are the changes that we're going to make, and just make it more convenient and really be like the rest of the country.
And I heard your answer about Hazel McCallion and how
Yes.
she would, not appreciate a tax increase.
Yeah.
But do you feel even maybe a tiny bit guilty that you're breaking a promise you made to her after she died?
No, not at all. We were best of pals, and I knew Hazel very, very well. If I told her the situation and she spoke to folks in her circles, and I know a couple people that were very close advisors to Hazel that at one time thought it'd be a good idea to have a standalone city. But when you say we're going to hurt public health, we're going to hurt social services, we're going to split up the paramedics, we're going to split up the police, and we're going to raise taxes, you know what Hazel would say? We can't do it. But she would say, give me more powers on a local level, which we're doing, to be able to build homes. And I know that's what she'd be saying. And the other people I've talked to her that have known her very well would say the exact same thing to her, and she'd agree.
Hi, Premier.
Hi.
Laura Stone, Globe and Mail.
Hi, Laura.
Hi. Just on the Peel issue, I hear what you're saying, concerns about taxes and things like that were brought up by Patrick Brown, for instance, but the process hadn't actually been completed. The Transition Board didn't come back with anything. So why are you abandoning it sort of mid-ship as before it's even done?
Well, we've talked to the transition team, and I just want to thank the transition team. I want to thank the chair, John Levy. I worked with him at City Hall, one of the brightest people when it comes to municipal issues in the province. And when they recommend not to do something, wouldn't it be the wrong thing to do is you have a transition team and you totally ignore them? But we are amending the legislation. We're not getting rid of it. We're going to give the lower tier municipalities, and out of 444 municipalities in this province, I don't know of one of all 444 mayors and wardens that don't want more authority to have, for planning, land use and other areas that they're going to focus on getting homes built, getting more revenues into the coffers for their municipality.